Michael, we just got a breaking news update from CENTCOM that as of 9:30 this morning, 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action and 5 seriously wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. Several others sustained minor shrapnel injuries and concussions. They are in the process of being returned to duty. Major combat operations continue, and it says, quote, "Our response effort is ongoing. The situation is fluid, so out of respect for the families," this is according to CENTCOM, "we will withhold additional information, including the identities of our fallen warriors, until 24 hours after next of kin have been notified." But I did want to share that breaking news, and I also wanted to share this, bringing this in full, Michael, as we have just learned that 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action, 5 others seriously wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. And we did want to share that with you. As you were talking about, and President Trump did say that unfortunately lives might be lost in this operation, but he said it was, considered of utmost importance as they, had a very targeted operation against Iran, a terrorist state. They were looking, to increase that nuclear capability. But can you talk about just, this news, and just obviously incredibly dangerous? There continue to be retaliations from Iran, not just against the United States, but other allies.
I mean, it's painful to watch. There is no level of casualties in the U.S. military that we can accept easily. And, I don't really have words to say. My grandfather, my uncle, my dad served in the U.S. military. My grandfather signed up for the U.S. Army draft when he came to this country because of, Japan and Germany had very bad governments. Iran has a very bad government. This is one of the toughest duties that I know that commanders in the U.S. military have, the ones who have to contact the relatives of the lost ones, of fallen soldiers and sailors and airmen, and women, of course. We don't know the names. I don't yet know actually the circumstances. It is horrible. War is a very grave issue, and it's a very tough decision. I think I'm thankful that I'm not a president or secretary of defense that has to make these decisions. But by historic measures, our military efforts are very successful right now, thank God. I think that we're facing a government that would happily put a nuclear weapon in New York or Los Angeles or Tel Aviv. They're allied with the Russians, who constantly brag about having 1,500 nukes on intercontinental missiles aimed at the United States. There is a reason that from Eisenhower to this current administration, we get dragged into wars in the Middle East, because it has been a very violent region that until recently was dominated by dictators, many of them aligned with Russia, and now China, and many of them very extreme. And I think that's actually starting to change. I hope these are our last losses, and I'm very, very sad to see it. I'm seeing this for the first time, and there's no words for the kind of pain. We are a country that values lives, and we value every single person who serves in our military, and there is nothing of greater value to us as Americans, human lives, especially of the people who serve our country, but also the Iranian people. And that's why I mentioned a looming water catastrophe in Iran, because we don't want the Iranians to suffer, and it pains us the most, those who sign up to serve our country who've died. I wish I could say something more. It's painful.
And we'll leave it there, Michael. We appreciate you joining us here on Live Now from Fox as we continue to receive the breaking news and share it with our viewers and with everyone across the world. We appreciate you joining us here on Live Now from Fox.
Thank you.
And we are continuing to follow this breaking news. This is from the U.S. Central Command stating that 3 U.S. service members have been killed in action and 5 seriously wounded as part of Operation Epic Fury. Several others sustained minor shrapnel injuries and concussions and are in the process of being returned to duty.